Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Shenaniganilandia here at Coaster Monkey Studios with your resident theme park employee, and we're here in Pirates Cove, as you can see. So what is Pirates Cove? Well, we spent 17 hours, yes I said 17, we spent 17 hours on New Year's Eve creating the theme of this area, Pirates Cove. Two shout outs in today's video, one for Michael, one for Evan. Totally hung out on New Year's with me, gave me a bunch of ideas, really helped me build out all of this pirate stuff that we've got going on. And shout out to them for naming both this and the ride in our shanty town for the pirate area. So this is Pirates Cove. What is this? Well, this is the main theatrical moment, if you will, for our pirate area and our pirate wave pool. And by naming it Pirates Cove, it really ties the entire area together. And I think that's the whole goal of what we were going after with this main themed area. Since the center area of our park is going to be pirate, it only makes sense that the most focal central area of our water park be pirate as well. So as you can see, there's a lot of pieces that we used here to create this. There are Viking pieces, there are mythological pieces, there is a ton of market stuff. So we really got a lot of balance going on here as far as what we were able to create this. We've got barnacles in here from the aquatic theme. So there's a lot to play with here. Now, because this episode there's a lot packed in here, we had to cut a lot out. So you're going to see us kind of going through this. Then we're going to do a walkthrough at the end of the area because we're not going to do any glamour shots this time around because we did so much like this. Yes, you're seeing that correctly. We're creating a treasure chest for our pirate area, and it was much needed. We definitely needed a treasure chest for sure with pirates, and it was really easy to kind of create the shape for this, utilizing some of those Viking pieces as well as some of the resort pieces. We created using brackets, using metal Viking, the hanging things for the lampposts. We did a lot. We created a lot, or we pulled from a lot of different packs to create this. And it really hits home. It does exactly what it needs to do. It creates the look. And then I apologize to the creator in advance. I don't know who it was, but there was a creator who did a giant ball pit and changed the colors of all of the balls in the game or all of the apples to create the ball pit. And that's where I got the idea for this this treasure chest and the gold for the treasure chest. We take a bunch of apples, right, and we color them like this goldish color, and we like strewn them all over the place to create gold bullions, right? That's kind of the idea anyway. I hope it reads that way because it was super fun to make and create, and we had a great time on stream doing that. Speaking of stream, we do go live here at Coaster Monkey Studios almost every day. I am going to get better at communicating when those lives are. I feel like that's a miss on my part. So if you're not subscribed, we're gonna say the line, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff down below, and you'll be notified when I go live, you know what I mean, or when I drop it in the community tab the schedule for when I'm going live. But yeah, as you can see, this came out really well. Look at how good that looks, right? And here we are doing the apple trek where we take the apples, color them gold, and string them around. So, and this is really fun on this live. This is the top of our live. So let's backtrack. On New Year's Day, I was like, let's do a live for 24 hours, or New Year's Eve. And yeah, that happened. So we started at 10 a.m. I made it until 3 a.m. I could not do the full 24 hours. I just couldn't. By 3 a.m. I was exhausted. My brain wasn't working. And you can kind of see in the build, I'll point it out kind of where I hit that roadblock. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Fantastic. We wound up circling back. Then I think it wasn't the next day. It wasn't New Year's. It was January 2nd. And on January 2nd, we went in and we really just fully developed the shape and the space of our area, and it gave us the room that we needed yesterday to finish it up and build it out. But as you can see here, these windows, they're my new favorite trim in this particular, for this particular aesthetic. This like wooden trim for our planters within this entire area. We've used that same window, and as you can see, just a simple Pirates Cove in this font. I really like this font for Pirates. I think it works really well. I think it fits the build perfectly. So we're going to skip over, and this is why we're going to do a walkthrough at the end. We did build the entire structure for the water tower as well as the queue covers for the water towers also. But if I would have left those in, this would have been an hour-long video. We're already pushing probably 35 minutes, I would say, for this video. So we're going to circle back at the end of the video. Stick around, and we'll do a full walkthrough of this whole area and kind of show off everything that we did. So here we are. We're blocking out kind of what this shape is going to look like. I wanted it to feel very haphazard, like it was thrown together. So the whole idea is for this area, if you look on the left-hand side, when we built the whole Pirates of the Caribbean facade, that was very clean, very polished, very, you know, British colonialism in the Caribbean, right? On this side, this is where the pirates have taken over. This is their crash landing on the side of an island where they've now taken whatever wood they can find, whatever mess they could find, and kind of build out a place to live. You know, and you can see that along the back facade of our wave pool, and then further leading into this section of the area. So the whole idea is that on the left side, let's say that's this Caribbean town. We should probably name that. If you want to comment below, I mean, go right ahead. You're more than welcome to give us a name for the pirate area on the left. That'd be great. That's the Spanish colonialized side of the islands, or British colonialized, excuse me. On the right side here, this is the town of Piraten, right? Piraten, Piraten, which means pirate in another language, and I don't remember which one, so we're just gonna say it's another language. So with that being said, we've got the town of Piraten on this side, which is a complete shanty town that is essentially where the pirates live, and on the other side you've got the British colonialized side. And we used a lot of techniques in this. I used the grid to kind of shape out kind of the space we wanted, and then I took this resort fence, and this resort fence really became the facade, right? It really played well to what we were going after in our layout and kind of how we wanted to set up this space, just to feel very haphazard, very thrown together, very shanty, right? And this is the shanty town. So we did a lot of movement here, a lot of playing around with the grid pieces, and again, thank you again to everybody who's on stream. I can think of Granny, I can think of Evan and Michael, who you talked about earlier. Amir jumped on halfway through the stream and started giving props to the build and is now a fan, so shout out to you, Amir. So we've got a lot that we've done here that really just fits the build to elevating the entire look. Now, if you need to make a roof quick and easy, right, and you want to theme out a roof but you're having trouble with the shaping, utilize the in-game roofs. So what I did was, and you'll see throughout this entire build when we do the walkthrough, is that I took the Viking roof, right, and I just put I put a covering over it, right? I gave it its own facade of this resort fence, and it did exactly what it needed to do. And now what I did learn is that the individual slice gets even smaller. So what you can do is, and I think we're going to do this in the future, is create shingles with these. And these would be really great for like a haunted house, for shingled roofs and stuff like that. And I think we're going to play up to that. I'd love to do like a haunted house moment somewhere in here. I don't know what that would look like. But I feel like it's like quintessential theme park. You need a haunted house, right? So And here we are here, look, see, we make like a shingled roof, but you can make them even smaller and then use the single sliver ones and give yourself like maybe a little bit like a jagged edge almost. I really like that idea, and I think we're going to try for that. The other thing we were going after this is really creating a lot of different variations of wood, the way the wood was laid. We also brought in the wooden jetty to create some more funky kind of wood look that it looks like driftwood, right? That was kind of pulled together to create this space. And I think, again, it hits the nail on the head with exactly what I wanted to go after. One thing I didn't realize until the very end when we were putting this together is that a really great piece to utilize as like patchwork is the Viking planks. Driftwood, actual driftwood, it looks like, right? We used it to build the windmill previously in a previous video. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out when we built the entire back of the pool, the pirate pool. It came out amazing, you know, just really, really solid stuff there. But yes, so we use that as well in this also. So almost every single type of wood we've got in the game, except for the things with the Viking decor, we used in this build, which I think came out really well. And here we are using the Viking roof again. Now, we wound up keeping the Viking roof, but I cover over the scalloped edge there. And the reason why we did that is we wanted, again, to remove the Viking, but keep the shape of that roof. I really liked that squared, sloped roof. It looked really nice and really set the stage kind of for the variation of that area. Now, as you can see, there is a main color theme going on through all of the shanty side of the pirate stuff, and it is this, actually through all of the pirate area, because we did this on the other side too. It's this like muted wine color, right? It's like this burgundy that's been sun bleached, and that's on purpose, right? Because if you look at any of like the pirate stuff anywhere in the world, most likely it's got some sort of bleaching, some sort of distressing to it, and that's what we were trying to achieve here. And we did it in the roofs. We do it eventually in the actual slides themselves, which is super fun. But again, it really just came down to how many different ways can we make this look like it's disheveled and falling apart, right? Because if it's not looking like it's falling apart enough, then guess what? It's not looking like it's falling apart enough. I hope I explained that well. Here we are using those Viking light up windows as I completely changed the subject. My favorite things are these light up windows. We need more windows in this game. We need more doors in this game. Planet Coaster 2 is severely lacking in basics. There's a lot of overly themed things, but there's not enough basics. You can create things that look basic. You can make your own doors. You can make your own windows, right? But for those creators out there or those just playing the game that aren't as keen on how to do that or with that skill set, it'd be really nice to have those basics in the game to really get the people bought into it, you know? I want to be bought into a game when I first buy it. You know, when I got into Planet Coaster 1, you know, I started 2 years after its launch. So I missed the alpha stage, I missed the beta stage, and I started playing 2 years in, and I was hooked. And by that point, there was enough basics in the game to create what I needed, what I wanted to create, what I wanted to go after. Ooh, something we don't have in the game: chimneys. How do we not have chimneys in this game? I had to make my own chimney. Again, loved making it, super fun. But like, guys, chimneys. How do we not have chimneys? So just something for us to plead Frontier for. Please give us windows, doors, and chimneys, and more trim. And that's it. That's my TED Talk for today. Thanks for coming. Oh boy, I know I'm a lot. Anyway, so here we are. We're taking a lot of different pieces from a lot of different packs. We've got the resort windows here. We've got Viking windows here, just again to give a lot of variation to this build. And again, when we get to the Viking build later on, I think the next build we're going to do after this one, we're going to expand. And you'll notice off to the right-hand side, there's an entire lazy river that was built. Pay no mind to the lazy river. That's going to come in the next episode because I'm going to do the entire process of building that. That was a nightmare. When I tell you nightmare, it was literally... on that New Year's stream, and I apologize to all of you, it was 2 hours of me fighting with the pathing and the pools to create a cohesive level plane to play on it. I don't know what I did wrong. It was a lot, but we got it in the end. I'm not complaining. But it was a trip. It was a trip for sure. But I apologized on stream, and apologizing again now. We did get it, and you're going to see it in our next episode. We're going to have that fully built out. And over the next few lives, if you want to join in, what I'll do is we will join in those lives. When you join in those lives, we'll build out each one of those areas. We've got a kiddie pool with kiddie slides that we put in. We've got, we're going to build another climbing structure, a water climbing structure this time. Very reminiscent to a couple of family entertainment centers down in Florida that have like the water park area, or hotels in the water park area that look like pirates. So we've got some ideas that we're working with to kind of build that whole out. We're also going to work on the back facade of this building in those lives, as well as for the next episode of this. So just be mindful that these things are coming down the pipeline for sure. Now, the other thing we should also look at here is that we've now transitioned out of our 24-hour stream. We are now on January 2nd. Yes, that is correct, friends. We are no longer struggling. And this is where I had a fresh mind. And realistically, having a fresh mind is super important when we step in here, because I had a vision. I just couldn't articulate that vision in the game. I was having a lot of trouble doing that. So that's kind of what our big win was here, right? We were able to create the layers and the depth that I was going after for this shanty town by utilizing these different layers, different pieces, all off grid, right? And I think that's really what started to set the stage for the layout of this. And I think with the amount of clutter, the amount of layers we throw on this, the amount of detailing and trim work we throw on this, we really do just elevate the overall look of our shanty town, if you will, and kind of really hit the mark of what I was going after. Again, huge shout out to our friends on stream that were live with us. We got so much accomplished on that stream, and there was just so much great feedback from everybody who was watching to really just help me kind of create, and I appreciate every single one of you for being there to just put your 2 cents in and be like, hey, listen, dude, this is cool, or hey, listen, dude, this sucks. Do you know what I mean? So thank you. And again, this is also where you're going to see a lot of jumping around happening. The reason why we are jumping around is because we are trying to condense a lot of building into a very small space. I didn't want to overwhelm the video with mediocrity, and I feel like this, it was important to cut around and jump around. So there you are. You can see we're using our Viking fish scale tail thingies as well, like we've done in previous parts of the build, as our supports for the protruding parts of the building. So those are great. And then again, it's just really all about making sure that we are balanced here. So what is the next, what does the future hold for the next few weeks, or for next couple weeks of this channel? So as I was talking before, we're going to build out the rest of our pirate area here. This will be the pirate kids area that we're going to be creating. That'll be the next big thing we build on the channel. And then from there, we jump back over to the theme park after we do some detailing. I'm debating on doing a detailing episode. Tell me, what do you guys think if you would be interested in doing a full detailing episode, and we kind of walk through all the things that I did to just make it feel alive. It's one thing to throw buildings up. It's another thing to put up rides. But how do you make an area feel alive? And tell me if you'd be interested in an episode like that. I can walk you through my thought processes and how, I create the clutter to give it life, and I think, when we look at this kind of like a diorama, and that's, Jonty's puts it best, this really is a digital diorama that we're Jonty from Geekism. For those of you that don't know, if you don't watch Geekism, go watch Geekism like yesterday, because he's freaking phenomenal. But it really is a digital diorama. Ooh, that just popped up on the screen. If you didn't see that, that is an amazing build of tubes that work with this aesthetic. thank you so much for that, creator. Awesome build. Appreciate you. But yeah, so like John was, it's a digital diorama, right? So what are we doing? We are just creating. We're creating. And by utilizing this digital diorama, it's our job to make it feel alive, right? And that's what we're doing. Look, we're just taking all of our tubes, we're throwing them around. When I went into my detailing phases a little bit later on, I actually delete some of those tubes that are inside of the rack to make it look like people have gotten through it and taken some tubes and they haven't been replenished yet. So that's kind of the idea we were going after there. When we were putting this together. I think my favorite part of this whole area is that if you want to go into the lazy river, right, and you want to get a tube, you've got to go through this queue, grab it, and then go into the lazy river, right? Just a fun little plus for the ride. Or it's for either the lazy river or for the tube slides, right? Because the tube slides use it also. Here we are. These windows, the Viking windows, I love them, but they're too deep. We needed to make it more shallow. I pushed it in, I added some art shapes, and then I created my own trim for it. Nice, clean, simple, nothing too crazy. Do you know what I mean? And it hits the nail on the head. Now here we are. I think we're getting to the point now where, yes, now we are detailing. We are detailing. We're doing the little bitsy thingies, right? And I think this is where it starts to stop feeling Western. Because that was my entire concern through the live stream. It felt very Western, right? So we started throwing in rope. We started throwing in netting. We started throwing in different things to take it away from the Western feel and bring it more into like that pirate shanty town kind of feel, you know. And I think we really hit the nail on the head. And then we throw in the Viking lanterns. I think it just ties the whole space together fully. But again, just trying to do everything we can to make it feel like something different, right? And really tie into that shanty town we created on the back of the pool, which you just saw there on screen, right? There is a lot going on here with this build. And this is where I decided that we needed to make our wood feel very piecemealed. You know what I mean? Like, I just took a bunch of pieces of plank wood that was the deck of my boat, and I just nailed them together to make this wall, right? I think that's kind of where my head was with this, and I think it really lands very well. In my estimation, you know, you guys, you're the judges. Tell me if it's crap. Tell me if it's great. You know, if you hate it, if you love it. I'm curious to see what you guys think. You know, I don't get a lot of feedback, but the feedback I do get has been all positive. So thank you so much for those of you giving that great feedback. Again, this window, I hate this window. It sticks out too far. So we covered it up. Again, this is just me just trying to make it feel less not pirate, right? And we're just grabbing as many pieces as we can. I feel like this trim work along the bottom was fun. It was totally unnecessary, but it kind of just did what I needed it to do. Yeah. So anyway, so like we were talking about the channel, I have bad ADD, by the way, so just an FYI. So we're going to work on this next, this pirate area you see off to the right, the kids' pirate area, and then once that's done, we'll do the detailing episode like we were suggesting, and then after that detailing episode, I'm thinking we go back to the theme park. I think I'm ready to go back to the theme park. I'm over water parks right now. I want to build me a coaster. And I've got just the coaster in mind coming a couple episodes down the line. So be prepared. There's some exciting stuff happening. So we're stoked there as far as that goes. But I think it'll be fun to really build out the Viking area and really stretch my creativity into Viking and move away from pirates, because I think I'm pirated out now, right? Last episode was pirate, this episode's pirate, the next episode's going to be pirate, and then I'm pirated out for now, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do later on when we have to build an entire pirate theme park section, right? Here we are just building another one of our little stalls, completely wrapped in wood. Again, super simple, super easy. I feel like that's something we can plug and play. and stick in different places. Here we are taking, the driftwood planks, right? Don't they look good? This is really where we get into detailing, right? We're making that detailing happen, and we're making it come to life. And I think this is super important, again, like we were talking about before, in taking this digital diorama and creating, making it feel alive, right? And that's what we're doing here. I think I over-themed a little bit. I think I over-cluttered. It's a habit I have. I definitely over-clutter. I don't mean to. It's just a thing. But I think what it does is it really brings it to life. And since there is very minimal theming in this park, it's not a theme park. It's an amusement park that is stylized with minimal theming. And I feel like if we theme just the buildings, then we're doing exactly what we need to do here. I really should put, what I should put in there? I should put an employee building in there where that door is. I think we're going to do that. I think I'm going to put an employee door in there. But anyway, I stole this from Evan. Evan had lights on a rope. I thought it was so smart, creating our own kind of fairy lights, but with the lanterns. So thanks, Evan, for that little trick. I stole that, but you are the man for letting me steal it. We threw it in a couple spots, and it really just gave us the level of clutter and depth that we were looking for this section of the park. Now, we wind up naming this set of slides Rum Runner, and that should be the next set of things that we do next once we get through with the clutter here. Is kind of identifying what does Rum Runner look like. So fun story, I started playing with the stone pieces. I wanted to make stone pillars, and I got an idea. Oh, wait, we're not doing that yet. Pause. Put a pin in that. We are putting our lockers in, right? Love our locker setup. I kept the locker setup in. I know we've done lockers in quite a few videos already, but this is just a rinse and repeat on the locker setup. And I really like the idea of taking these, shortening them up, throwing our drink machines inside of them. I think this was just spot on, like the perfect location, because the guests just walk up and they use the lockers. It really just gives that feeling of life, like we've been talking about for this open quote, close quote, digital diorama, right? Love it. And again, it's perfect space for it. We didn't have lockers. We have lockers at the front. We have lockers over here. We don't have lockers on the other side, so I think we'll keep it to just these two sets of lockers, and then we'll do one in between Viking and mythological, and that'll be it for lockers. We do need to add another changing area. I think that'll be coming down the pipeline for our water park. We're going to need that when we're heading over to the mythological area. We're going to need to have another changing area built out and more shopping. We don't have enough shopping in the park at this point. Here we are. We're sticking the drink machines inside of the lockers, and again, it just really creates that feeling of our guests going up to the lockers, opening up the lockers, taking their stuff out, and making it feel alive. And again, here we are with the cluttering. Now, again, just litter yourself with clutter. This is my favorite clutter trick coming up. You're going to see it in a second. Give it one moment. Here it is. Look, the little drapey thing as a towel. I think I've done that in a previous video, but guys, we love it. We love it. We think it's amazing. Here we are now. Back, took our pin out. We are now putting in Rum Runners. So I took a page out of the original Planet Coaster's Pirate area, right? We had these bamboo scaffoldings, right? So my thought was, what if these bamboo scaffoldings were left over from when they built this pirate shanty area, right? And then they were using that to store the rum. And then we take that, and that's what became our entry portal for this set of slides, Rum Runners, right? We created this like Rum Runner shanty town kind of entrance, which I think really just hits the nail on the head. It's spot on to what we're going after in the feel for this particular section of the park. And yes, we built a well as well. But that was the well I was talking about before. And here, look, just very simple. We've got the shanty town kind of vibe. We made this kind of askew, so it looks like the rum barrels are like rolling down it. I I had some issues with the lettering, so you'll see a jump cut when we're putting letters. Ooh, there's the cannon we built a previous few episodes ago. So love our cannon. And then here we are with our Rum Runners kind of built in. And we're getting ready. The time lapse is almost done. We're going to jump cut right here. I guess not. Oh, right there. And we're going to get ready to go into our live moment where we're going to do a full walk through the area. So you can kind of see everything that we did. Full gamut, top to bottom, everything we did. So we will see you in the live section right about now. All right, friends. So here we are in Planet Coaster 2 with the entire area. Pay no mind to the stuff all the way to the right of your screen. And we're gonna zoom in. Now that we've got the full zoom out, you can kind of see how large this is. 2 episodes of work, right? You can see how large the area is, and we've even included, like, we built out all of this down here, all this over there. Let's get in tight. Let's get into Tejed, my favorite place to be, right? And first things first is our Pirates Cove entryway sign. We love this thing. This thing is fantastic. Really solid, really strong. Got some great feedback as we were building it out on the live stream. So super cool there. Thanks so much, everyone. And as you walk around this area, again, look at how alive it feels, right? We've got all of our chairs out. There's people everywhere. Garbage bins everywhere. There are benches around. I need to put benches right there, actually, now that I look at it. And as we enter this area, now mind you, all of this is our next episode. So I'll give you a sneak peek. There you go. That's all you get. And here we are entering our area here. Now, what I love about how this area came out, again, when we talk about clutter and how alive it feels, there's literally just stuff everywhere, right? We've got first things first, this is the entrance to our VIP seating area, right? With our well right over here. We've got our locker section, again, with a ton of clutter. We've got people using the lockers. Look at her. Wait, ready? There she goes. Look at you using that locker, girl. All right, you better get that soda out of your locker. But again, we've made it feel alive. Right? So the idea is that a guest will come over here. Don't pay mind to that on the right. A guest will come over here. This is another great trick I left out of the live stream or the time lapse. But we've got Homeboy here, right? He's just standing here. He's one of those free floating lifeguards. So now we got somebody who can man the front of the line. Right? And he can check people in. Now, this is where you get your tube for the tube slides up there for Rum Runner, right? You grab your tubes, or for the lazy river, you can either enter there or enter up there. This is our little shack that we created. Love how this balcony came out. Look at that layering, right? Look at that. And again, there's a ton of wood up there, but it's supposed to look crazy, kooky, weird, like, oh my goodness, what is even holding this place together? That's the whole point, right? So from there, we swing around and we've got the actual facades here. We'll come through. And then just, again, super strong, a lot of different layers balancing our buildings out, right? There is a lot of different types of wood. There's a lot of different types of trim, just to give us like a really fun balance of what we're creating. And again, it feels very haphazard and very kooky crazy. Like, oh my goodness, what is happening here, right? That's the whole point. So from there, we've got our Rum Runner's entrance sign here. And all of this plays really well, in my opinion. From here, right, to here, it blends seamlessly, in my opinion. But this is our Rum Runner entrance. As you can see, we've got all of this sorted with our little cannon and our barrels. And then here's a fun little vignette we created for our Rum Runners section. As we walk through here, I think there's another vignette that we created, I think right in here. Yeah, it's over here. So we got another little vignette that we created here, all in overgrowth, of course. And then I left this out of the build because you've seen me build these before, so I didn't think it was necessary to show you them again. It's the same exact format, except for this time we used the fluorescent lights. And we also have our fans that we built in the last episode, so those are also up. And then we created a larger version here. This is the same kind of shaping we did for Kanaloa's building, Q building, so that's fun. And then from down here, I'm not sure if we can see it or not. Yeah, not so much. But what we'll do is let's come up here. We'll climb the stairs. And again, this is the top of our building. Hello, friend. How are you? This is the top of our building, right? Just very simple. A couple of rum barrels. We've got fans. We've got lights. We've got our emergency signs. And again, this is your view. Oh, wow. Look at that view. Stop it. That's the view from the top of here. You're going to see the entire, so spoiler alert, there's going to be a promenade there. There's going to be an entire pirate area here that we're going to create. And then you're going to be able to see across the water to Viking, which is super fun. And then that whole island there is going to be a pirate island. And then from up here, can we see? We can kind of see the top of our buildings. Right, but not too much. Don't pay mind to the backside. We haven't built that out yet. That's next episode. But again, the whole idea here is just to really create an immersive experience for our guests. Let's climb back down the stairs. Right, and then all of this back here will be a future episode when we work on some infrastructure. But that's really it. That's everything we built in our live streams over the past week since New Year's. Very excited on this build. It came out super strong. Just look at that. I mean, that's just freaking stellar in my estimation, as our good friend City Planner Plays says, right? It's his line. I love it. But yeah, so this is Pirates Cove as a whole. Like, you can kind of see all of it now, which is great. It kind of looks better from this side a little bit. If we come here, I kind of pulled back. Look at this. You can kind of see the full story that we're trying to tell. Right? Right? It's all that wood. We got Kraken on the left. We've got Rum Runners on the right. It's just solid and really strong. So, with that being said, I know this is a really long episode compared to my normal episodes, but we did a lot over the New Year's break and the Christmas break. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be kind and like, comment, subscribe at the bottom. It really does help the channel. I hate saying that, but I'll say it every single episode because it's the only way I think people will remember. But thank you so much again, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful week. I'll catch you on our next live. And until then, keep on building.